6 p.m., April 18th, 2023, 6 p.m., City of Pasadena, Texas. Council meeting is underway. Our invocation will be done by Holly Harris. There you are, Holly. And Council Member Don Harrison, you'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand. Holly, microphone's yours.
Good evening. Again, my name is Holly Harris. Jenny asked me to come and open up this meeting tonight. I have a Facebook page. It's called Mornings with Him. And it's every morning we come together between 6:30 and 9, depending on the day. And we pray for those who have prayer requests, and we do a short devotion. And so that's why I'm here tonight. I'm also a worship leader at Zion Lutheran Church here in Pasadena, and a volunteer coordinator for Orphan Grain Train, which is starting. But I'm just privileged to be here tonight, and so let's open with prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for this time. We lift up each of these council members as they lead and direct the matters of the city. May they put the interests of the people first and bring glory to you in the process. Be with them tonight as they go through different things, and we acknowledge the victories that many of these students have this evening, and also just again be with this group as they make decisions for the betterment of our city. Be with all community leaders and nonprofits and things that work to make this city great, and also be with this upcoming election. May your will be done, and just place people in positions that will bring glory to you and increase your kingdom. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ms. Holly.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Councilman Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. This Friday is going to be San Jacinto Day. Enjoy our forefathers fought the Battle of Alamo in San Jacinto. And I want to say something about a friend of mine, Preston Hargrove, good friend of mine, served on the city council. He needs your prayers. His health is not good. And he lives in Thornton, Texas now. And my prayers are with him. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Van Hout.
Well, there are quite a few things coming up, a lot of them not in the places you would expect. The city is sponsoring a pill take-back day. That is this Saturday, April 22nd, from 10 to 2. That usually has been done at the police department. This time it isn't. It is at the Walgreens at 3707 Spencer at Burke. You can get rid of any old medicines, no sharps. Also on Saturday the 22nd, Baker Ripley is having an event to help people understand their credit score and learn how to improve it. This is not at the Pasadena location. This is at 4414 Navigation. It's from 11 to 1:30, and it includes a free lunch. The police department is doing a blood drive on Tuesday, April 25th from 8 to 11, which is almost at the police department. It's right across the street in the courthouse parking lot. And since your taxes are supposed to be in by today, you may have sensitive papers you want to get rid of. There's a shred day on April 29th, that's a Saturday, from 9 to 12:30. This time it's in the water billing parking lot at 1202 Southmore. That's across from the old City Hall location. You can bring up to 4 boxes or bags. Make sure they're not sealed. They need to be open, and they need to be in your trunk. This is a drive-through, no contact. This is paper only, no other recycling.
Councilman Estrada.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll pass.
Mr. Caton.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to welcome everyone coming out tonight and being part of city government. And I also like to welcome Councilman-elect Dolan Dow. Good to see you out. And also like to welcome school board members Vicki Morgan and Marshall Kendrick. Glad to see you out. And also congratulations to the 11 boys that were selected by the PISD and First Baptist Christian Academy to participate in the 2023 Texas Boys State Leadership Program, wherein these students will be working with state government officials this summer in Austin. Sounds great. Enjoy. Thank you.
Councilman Bass.
I want to say thank y'all for coming out today. We have a full house. I'm glad to see everybody comes to watch government in action. Maybe inaction, but we try. We've got an election coming up. Make sure to get out there and let your vote be heard. There's also a school board, so make sure that you vote both sides. Anyway, y'all all have a good evening. With that, I pass.
Thank you. Councilman Shanebine.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, thank y'all for being here this evening. Also, too, we have 5 city employees that are retiring or have retired recently. Deborah Fairchild, Raul Abera, Kenya Johnson, Juan Soto, and Jesse Torres. Thank y'all for y'all many years of service and dedication to our city. And then we do have some folks here from our school board, Ms. Vicki Morgan, Marshall Kendrick, welcome. We also have Tony Schumann from First Baptist Christian Academy, Steve Fleming from one of the greatest college and career and technology schools in the state, so thank you for being here, along with many other esteemed PISD former members and current members. So thank you for educating our kids and making our city much better. And congratulations to the boys and girls from Boys State, the young men that are going forward. So thank y'all.
Okay, Councilman Valerio.
I also want to just say congratulations to the young men that are part of the American Legion Texas Boys State. Congratulations.
Thank you, you bet. Ms. Valerio.
Thank you, Mayor. For District B, I'd like to make an announcement that you guys can all look out for a new playground that's coming and going to be built on Thursday at Highlands Park. You can visit this park at 400 Juanita Drive, Pasadena, Texas 77502. It's really awesome. I wanted to thank the Parks Department because they found some grant funding. They're working with Hancock Whitney and Kaboom playground sets. And what we've actually done is asked for community members to give in their input and also come out and build the playground themselves. So this is going to be a playground that's really going to be owned by the community, and I'm really glad that we're getting it in District B. Second thing, I'd like to point out something that Mayor brought up in pre-council that a lot of you may not have been able to hear about the success of the sign-on bonus that this council and mayor have approved in the past year. At the moment, we have 275 officers, and this is with confirmation from our chief. Now we have about 6 more potential police officers in the academy than we would have had before. So we're moving towards having more officers on the street faster than normal, and thank you, Mayor, for having this help out our community.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, brings us down to citizens wishing to speak. Mr. Stephen Alvarez, you're up, sir.
Good evening and God bless. I'd like to start off saying if there's anybody out there with deep pockets and can help out senior citizens, and even way before that, when you start showing signs of dementia and Alzheimer's, that condition is really troubling our nation. And if we can get some more funds for research on that matter, if you haven't dealt with somebody with dementia and Alzheimer's, it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty path to go by. I've gone through it, and I've had to deal with that condition right there, and compound with corruption. For further elaboration, what I'm going to talk about right now, you can go on YouTube, Neighbors and Pasadena Officials Sue on YouTube, and it'll elaborate a lot more what I'm talking about. I'm still being affected by corruption. I had gotten signatures from my neighbors that prove that I can continue forward with the permits and the past inspections that I had to make modifications to my home for a person who was suffering from dementia badly. And I got all those, and then they forced me to say that I couldn't finish because of corruption. And I received the signatures of my neighbors so I can move forward. But because of corruption, they want to override that. You'll see people that have tried to smear my name greatly, like Alan Fowler over there, and he's lied, and that video shows what type of liar, sick individual he is. I don't see Ralph Morrissey here, but Ralph Morrissey is another sick individual who plays touch bud with Phil Caton over here, and the mayor. They work together, Lil Jeffrey and Phil Caton. They do all they can, right, to make sure my voice isn't heard. They do all they can. When I submitted these forms to be left alone so I can help someone suffering from dementia, and I had to go through a whole bunch. When people have told Lil Jeffrey over there, hey, this is going to be a black eye on Pasadena if you don't stop what you're doing to Mr. Alvarez. He didn't stop. I have a screenshot of an email way back. Shane Bynum replied to it, and he says, yeah, they're doing it for votes. That's the reason why they're doing it. I have that screenshot. I mean, I wish the mayor would have listened to Shane Bynum. That was common sense that Shane Bynum was giving the mayor. But the mayor rather listened to Phil Caton, who all he cares is for political connections. That's all Phil Caton cares about. He cares about his political connections. He pulled the mayor's ear and filled him up with those
Thank you,
lies.
sir.
And that's what I've been
sir.
having to do with.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Appreciate your comments. Okay, Joe Stepp.
Good evening, Mayor Wagner and council. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Joe Stepp, and on behalf of Pasadena's American Legion Post 521, we would like to recognize our Boys State class of 2023. For the first time, all of our Pasadena ISD high schools are represented. These young men represent the very best. They represent the very best of us. And this summer, they will be going to Austin to join other young men from high schools across the great state of Texas. During the week they are there, they will learn how Texas governs from the precinct level to the governor level. The Boys State program is so prestigious that if one of our Boys State graduates decides that they would like to apply to one of the military academies, their file goes to the top of the list. Our American Legion Post is paying 100% of the cost, and a chartered bus will take them safely there and bring them safely back home. For the past few months, I've worked daily with our counselors to select boys of academic excellence and excellence in athletics, music, leadership, and character. These young men out here in the audience, they are among the best of us thus far in their young lives. Our counselors had to solicit input from principals, coaches, and teachers in making their selection, and I'm convinced that the counselors of the Pasadena Independent School District and First Baptist Christian Academy are the very best in the great state of Texas. They love and understand their students. And I would say, Mr. Mayor, Pasadena is in good hands when it comes to education. Mr. Mayor, if it's okay with you, I would like to read each boy's name from the high schools and have them come to be recognized by the council.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Stephen Richard, First Baptist Christian Academy. Stephen, it's okay. The mayor won't bite you. Go ahead.
Richard, come stand up here. And we'll get a
Timothy
picture with everybody.
McCartney, Career in Technical High School, PISD.
Just face the audience. You're good.
Joel Morales, Career in Technical High School. Melvin Serrano Aquino, Dobie High School. David Villarreal, South Houston High School. Gustavo Garcia, Sam Rayburn High School. Rogelio Rios, Sam Rayburn High School. Giovanni Mendoza, Pasadena High School. Diego Alarcon, Pasadena Memorial High School. Caleb Ojeda, Pasadena Memorial High School. Emmanuel Vitas, Pasadena Memorial High School. This is a class that will go this summer to Austin. Would the school administrators and counselors?
Council, let's stand up.
Y'all can go up, we can take one picture with just them, and then y'all can go up and we'll take pictures with y'all.
I tell you, 1 second. Fellas, step back. Step back, step back, everybody step back. We're here soon. Stop. Everybody in? Everybody in? There, perfect. There we go. We don't know where we're looking. We good?
And the American Legion post can be recognized as well.
Hi, Ms. Schumann. You can if you want, absolutely. There you go. Hey, Mr. Flynn. Miss Karen, you got it? Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank y'all so much. No, sit down. Okay, next is Mr. Lehman, Bruce Lehman.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to congratulate these young men on their selection to go to Boys State. Congratulations to all of you. My main reason for coming tonight, a lot of people seem to have forgotten we have an election coming up. Election day is May the 6th. Early voting starts Monday the 24th of April and runs through May 2nd. And historically, our city elections, when there's not a mayor on the ballot, turnout is low. So I'm asking everybody, please go out, support the candidate of your choice, and let's get a good turnout for this upcoming election. And another thing I want to mention, this past Saturday, Queens Neighborhood had their annual picnic. We had members of the fire department out there. And I want to thank my good friend, Senator Alvarado. She took time from her schedule and came out and joined us at the picnic. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Michael Courtney.
Hello, Mayor and Council. I'm in my mowing clothes, so pardon the way I'm dressed. I got a few things I want to address here. I always try to handle myself professionally here at these meetings, but, and I'm certainly no stranger to these meetings. A couple of things came to my attention. One thing is, we've got, I think, the largest volunteer fire department in the state of Texas. So we're saving this community tons of money, and they do a very good job, by the way. So with that said, with the money that we're saving, I'm going to say it again, it affects me and people in this city, why we don't have a tax break for the disabled people in this city. The SSI and Social Security come from the same place every month. I've got a $70 water bill, and the average Social Security in the United States is $1,540 a month, which is $9 an hour, meaning basically if you don't have two incomes, you're living in poverty. Amen. You're living in poverty.
Audience can't respond.
Well, another thing that I found out too, say that you don't have a means of a car and you have to pay your water bill, whether it's online or on the phone, you're assessed a $2.80 fee. Well, some people can't drive. Why, if you can't come in person and pay your water bill, are you assessed a fee? I can understand maybe on the phone because they use a service, but why are you assessed a fee by paying it online? That online is through the city, but we're just getting a little greedy to these people. Another thing, we've been talking about this for over 2 years, and there's a liability that's going to hit the city very soon when somebody gets hurt or killed. Little Caesar's Pizza, where those people are parked out on Red Bluff every day and every weekend holding up traffic. I almost had another wreck there because of the traffic stop there. Some people that are using their head are turning on their flashers, but something needs to be done about that. And I want to say a good thing. I'm happy with the city council, how they acted fast on the animal control building. I'm an animal advocate, and I'm glad they did that. And last but not least, I'm kind of the middle of the road politics, and we have an election coming up, and I hope people do like I do. I don't necessarily myself vote for the party. I vote for the individual. And if people step back and look at proven leaders that we've had in this city, some of them have been here for a long time, vote your conscience. Don't vote your party. Vote for the people that have actually helped this city for the 60 years that I've lived here. You know, we get too caught up in voting for he's a Republican and he's a Democrat. Vote the proven leaders, and that will take this city a long way so we don't keep operating on a small town mentality, which we've done in this city for 60-plus years I've been here. Thank you, Council and the Mayor.
Thank you. Diamond fam?
Hi, everyone. I just have an announcement to make. My name is Diamond Pham. I'm with Air Alliance Houston. This is my first time speaking at one of these things, so I'm a little nervous, as you might be able to tell. But Air Alliance Houston is a nonprofit organization working to reduce the public health impacts from air pollution. I am here to share with the community that there is an ITC permit renewal hearing on May 4th at 7 p.m. at the Gaines Mason Auditorium in Deer Park High School. As a reminder, ITC is the petrochemical refinery that burned for 5 days straight in 2019 and affected several nearby communities to cause, like a shelter in place. And so, yeah, we just want to see the community members come out and share their input and voice their concerns. Thank you.
Thank you. Matt Milligan?
Mayor and Council, thank you so much for having me. My name is Matthew Milligan, and because it is an election year, I think I'll take this moment and let everyone know that I'm withdrawing my name for candidacy of governor for the state of Texas, so that won't be a problem this year. However, I am here, Mayor Wagner, to ask if it would be possible to get an audience with you and your staff. I flew in from Idaho this morning, and our owners, Justin and Kayla, who own the puppy land here in Pasadena, are also here. We've had some bad luck getting a hold of the council. I visited here last year just before we opened, and Councilmember Thomas was kind enough to come down, and we gave him a store tour just after we opened. But sadly, I think the council voted unanimously to put us out of business about 6 weeks after we opened. And our company has a lot of investment in the community. We have a lot of people who work for us. We're about $250,000 invested in this one location. We were asked to put in a very expensive and costly and time-consuming sample test well. We did that. And when we got the notification that our business would be illegal inside of a year, Mayor Wagner, I reached out to your office from October through December 32 times, and I was unable to get a hold of anybody for a meeting. I was directed at that time to reach out to the city attorney. I was 18 messages into the city attorney before Mr. J. Dale finally got back a hold. And the first conversation we had went poorly. And then finally he gave us a hearing. We met with him 5-6 months in, trying to get a hold of the council, and we were directed to come back here. We tried every avenue to get a hold of the city council. We understand that you guys are doing what's best for the city. Obviously, we very much respect and appreciate the council and the city of Pasadena, having made a large investment here ourselves. But we're a little bit at a loss, Mayor. We're going to be in town today and tomorrow, and I don't want to presume upon your schedule, but This is probably the 6th or 7th time that we've flown down here in hopes to get even 15 minutes. And if your office could find time for us tomorrow before we fly home, that'd be much appreciated. Justin and Kayla, our owners, are here to kind of share some things, but I just wanted to let you guys know face to face that we opened in good faith, we played by the rules, and now this enormous investment that we have and all the contracts that we have, our leases, our contracts with our customers, they're all in danger. And we've wondered what to do. You know, should we sign a petition, try and get the attention? Should we take out an ad in the paper, try and get the attention? But we figured just come face to face, look you in the eye, and plead with you on behalf of what we feel like is a great financial and, frankly, a moral injustice that's taken place to us on a business level. We're pleading with your office to please give us 10 or 15 minutes of your time so that we can talk with you, because nobody in our company, I know Justin and Kayla certainly.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Kayla,
Thank you.
you're up.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. My name is Kayla Kerr, and I'm with Puppyland. I just kind of want to tell you guys about who we are. You know, we're a local business in your community and how we do business. We're a family-owned puppy store. We're not corporate. We're not franchise. We're family-owned. It's just my husband and I. Our family members work for us. There are kennel assistants. There are puppy counselors. There are managers. There are graphic design teams and more. And when we founded our company, we really wanted to show everybody that you can own a pet store and do it the right way. You can care about where you get your puppies from. You can get healthy, well-bred puppies from healthy, well-bred parents. You can treat your customers and your employees like family. My husband and I, we visit our breeders. We're hands-on with health testing, continuing education seminars, and more. We're looking for retirement programs, exercise programs, veterinary programs, and overall care for the adult dogs. When our customers go home with a puppy from us, they get parent and breeder information, they get a 15-day viral warranty, they get a 2-year congenital and hereditary warranty, they get spay and neuter reimbursement, and a year of online training and support as well, like a 24-hour hotline. So if they've got something going on, they can call at any time. And when we opened the Pasadena store in August of last year, we just had our daughter. I didn't even get to come out and open the store, but I was excited when I did first come out here because I love this city. We have invited all of you guys to tour our location, and you guys are still welcome if you guys would like to come in. But to learn about our company, only one of our members attended, and when you walk in our store, you can see videos of our breeders. I don't know if I could show them here, so I didn't, but, you know, if you go in, you can actually see videos of our breeders. But, you know, weeks after we opened, you guys passed this ordinance that would effectively force us to close our stores, not only for financial purposes, but liability and insurance purposes as well. And we're the only business that this ordinance affects, the only one. We're just asking you guys to at least grandfather us in so that we can continue operating as usual. You can keep your ordinance, but allow us to continue doing business as we are. Without us, you guys are leaving your citizens to Craigslist, parking lot sales, and no protection when they are trying to look for their next furry family member. Please reconsider a meeting with us so that we can resolve this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Okay, council, presentation of minutes, April 4th, 2023, 10 a.m. Motion Estrada, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings us down to progress payments. Motion Caton, second by Valerio. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Finance resolutions. Motion Estrada, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Brings down to personnel changes A. Motion Estrada, second by Caton. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to our final reading.
Ordinance 2023-58, 2023-59, 2023-60, 2023-61, 2023-62, 2023-63, 2023-64, 2023-65, 2023-66, 2023-67, 2023-68, 2023-69, 2023-70, 2023-71.
Motion Bass, second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to our first readings.
Ordinance 2023-72, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pasadena, Texas, Article 7, Chapter 13, Section 13-151 and 13-152, Fire Prevention Code by adopting the International Fire Code 2021 edition in its entirety, inclusive of all amendments and appendix, as well as all National Fire Protection Association current standards. Ordinance 2023-73, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pasadena, Texas, Chapter 9, Buildings and General Building Regulations, Chapter 16, Heating, Air Conditioning, Mechanical Refrigeration, and Boiler Code, Chapter 29, Plumbing Code by adopting the 2021 editions of each of these codes in their entirety, inclusive of all amendments and appendix. Ordinance 2023-74, authorizing and approving the purchase by the City of Pasadena, Texas of 14 2024 Ford vehicles from Silsby Ford utilizing the TIPS USA Cooperative Contract Number 210907 and appropriating the amount of $787,547.55. Ordinance 2023-75, authorizing and approving the purchase by the City of Pasadena, Texas of one Freightliner M2106 conventional chassis cab dump truck utilizing the HGAC HT0620 contract and appropriating the amount of $139,226. Ordinance 2023-76, authorizing and approving the purchase by the City of Pasadena, Texas of one John Deere 35G compact excavator utilizing the buy board contract number 68522 and appropriating the amount of $52,787.76. Ordinance 2023-77, authorizing and approving the purchase by the City of Pasadena, Texas of three 2023 Chevrolet vehicles from Lake Country Chevrolet utilizing the TIPS USA contract number 210907 and appropriating the amount of $118,869.30. Ordinance 2023-78, amending Ordinance 2022-134, which adopted the annual budget for the fiscal year 2023. Ordinance 2023-79, an ordinance authorizing and approving contract by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Corin, Maine for purchase by the City of Pasadena, Texas of 400 Neptune registers, 350 antennas, and 170 Neptune meters and appropriating the amount of $388,864.04. Ordinance 2023-80, renewal of property and windstorm insurance coverage for a one-year term for a 2023 renewal premium to ensure the city's state of values for $1,798,514 through McGriff effective May 26, 2023 and expiring May 26, 2024. Ordinance 2023-81, an ordinance amending Ordinance 2021-28, which authorized and approved a contract between the City of Pasadena, Texas with D&W Contractors, Inc. for East Haven Drive Paving and Drainage Improvement Project CIP number S118 for a total appropriation of $60,000 from the General CIP Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2023-82, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and H.R. Green Incorporated for professional services for development of a request for a proposal, RFP 23009, for the operations and maintenance of the city's 2 wastewater treatment plants and 63 lift stations for a total appropriation of $197,400 to be funded from the wastewater plant's operating budget. Ordinance 2023-83, authorizing and approving a contract by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and McKinney Construction Incorporated for the Glenmore Drive and Washington Street 12-inch waterline project, CIP number W075, for a total appropriation of $2,494,264.50 from the American Rescue Plan Fund Balance Account and the System Fund CIP Fund Balance Account. Ordinance 2023-84, authorizing and approving a contract with Pulp Mechanical Company utilizing the Interlocal Purchasing System contract number 2201602 to update and replace the current HVAC system at Pal Gym for a total appropriation of $86,075. Ordinance 2023-85, authorizing, approving, accepting a grant award from the State of Texas Office of the Governor fiscal year 2023 Urban Area Security Initiative Homeland Security Grant Program for the continuation of the Regional Fusion Analyst, $143,997. Ordinance 2023-86, authorizing, approving, accepting a grant award from the State of Texas Office of the Governor fiscal year 2023 Urban Area Security Initiative Homeland Security Grant Program for the Pasadena OEM Emergency Operations Center Technology and Communication Enhancement, $74,415.89. Ordinance 2023-87, authorizing, approving, accepting a grant award from the State of Texas Office of the Governor fiscal year 2023 Urban Area Security Initiative Homeland Security Grant Program for the Special Response Team, Bay Area Regional Bomb Squad, Sustainment Grant, $133,985. Ordinance 2023-88, authorizing approving a contract by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Top Gun Technology, sole source provider for HPUX HA hardware solution and ongoing HPUX SW and HW support for a total appropriation $48,914.50. Ordinance 2023-89, amending Ordinance 2023-12, agreement with David C. Newell, RPLS LS CFM, professional land surveyor for surveying services related to the drainage mitigation H&H project CIP number DMHH and appropriating an additional $50,000 from the general CIP fund balance account for a total appropriation of $200,000.
So moved.
Second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? Brings us down to emergency reading. Madam Secretary, after your drink, of course.
Ordinance 2023-90. Emergency reading and urgent public necessity ordinance to amend Ordinance 2018-47, contract with Waste Management for residential collection services by adding a 30-day extension through May 31st, 2023 for a total appropriation of $409,748.58.
Motion by Valerio, second by Caton. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to issuance of obligations.
Ordinance 2023-91, ordinance authorizing the issuance, sale, and delivery of $10,450,000 in aggregate principal amount of City of Pasadena, Texas combination tax and surplus revenue certifications of obligation taxable series 2023 to be purchased by the Texas Water Development Board, securing the payment thereof by authorizing levy of an annual ad valorem tax and pledge of certain surplus revenues of the city's waterworks and sewer system, and approving and authorizing the execution of a paying agent registrar agreement and all other instruments and procedures related thereto.
No motion?
All motion.
Motion passed. Second by Valerio. Is that right? Any questions?
Mayor.
Go ahead. Pat first.
Well, when I first got this on the agenda and I saw the term certificates of obligation, it kind of raised a red flag because that is a way of setting up debt without taking it to the voters. But this one is a little bit different. What this is doing, it's flood-proofing the Golden Acres wastewater treatment plant, which is a good thing because you don't want to have a big storm and have sewage floating around. But what's different about this is there is no interest on these certificates of obligation. So when we pay it back, we're not paying any extra money. It's like borrowing for free, paying over time, and as you have inflation, you've got the effect of paying less when you pay over time. Plus, with this, we're getting grant money. So they're actually paying us to borrow money. So in this particular case, this debt is a good thing.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else have another comment?
Mayor, I'm just going to agree with Ms. Pat. We're borrowing $10 million interest-free, but we're gaining $500,000 because we're borrowing the money at no cost to our citizens. So it's a tremendous win.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Madam Secretary, brings us down to resolutions.
Resolution 2023-83, a resolution authorizing the animal shelter to host a drive-through pet pantry event for Pasadena citizens in need of dog and cat food using food donations by the public. Resolution 2023-84, accepting an in-kind donation of prizes for bingo event valued at $75 from Bright Star Care for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the Madison Job Senior Center. Resolution 2023-85, a resolution to amend Resolution 2023-42 to include Ordinance 2015-106 to the text of the resolution nominating CHCA Bayshore LP doing business as HCA Houston Healthcare Southeast to the Office of the Governor of Economic Development and Tourism through the Texas Economic Development Bank as an enterprise project. Resolution 2023-86, accepting an in-kind donation of 200 sausage biscuits for the 2023 Easter Extravaganza event valued at $258 from Quijano McDonald's for use by the Parks and Recreation Department. Resolution 2023-87, a resolution authorizing the animal shelter to accept a donation of up to 300 spay-neuter surgeries to include the surgery, core vaccinations, and microchips for cats and dogs entering the shelter from Best Friends Animal Society for a total approximate value of $45,000. Resolution 2023-88, accepting an in-kind donation of 5 cases of bottled water for the Kaboom event on April 18th through 20th, 2023, valued at $21 from Walgreens on Southmore for use by the Parks and Recreation Department. Resolution 2023-89, accepting in-kind donations from various donors for the medical care of the animals in the animal shelter in the combined amount of $11,136.04. Resolution 2023-90, a resolution by the City of Pasadena, Texas, denying the distribution cost recovery factor rate request of CenterPoint Energy Houston Electric, LLC, and its increase in rates under its rider TIF application made on or about April 5th, 2023, authorizing participation in coalition of similar situated cities, authorizing participation in related rate proceedings, requiring the reimbursement of municipal rate case expenses, authorizing the retention of special counsel, finding that the meeting complies with the Open Meetings Act, making other findings and provisions related to the subject, and declaring an effective date.
Motion Valerio. Second Caton. Any questions? All in favor? Any opposed? Resolution passes. God bless everybody. Meeting's adjourned.